What's the team called, by the way? Like I said, it's a work in progress. I'll let you know when it's picked out. If we're not named yet, I want a say in it. Let me guess, it's going to be something centered around your name. How about AzureBlaze Phoenix Snipers? I'm never consulting you on anything ever again. What even? Kid, this isn't a shonen anime. Yeah, probably not. While Stunt revels in the afterglow of being signed to a StarCraft team, a thought occurs to me. Wait, don't you go to school? Let's just say I'm in between schools right now. I don't bother trying to divulge any more information. If he can live in the team house and perform, that's good enough for me. Some promising young pros deferred school for Brood War back in the day, and if StarCraft doesn't work out for him, at least he's got a future cleaning up stomping grounds. Harsh. Right, the mysteries won't last for long, I promise. I'll be in touch if I need you to show up somewhere. Okay, I'm gonna hit you up for some practice games tonight if that's cool. Be online. Sounds good, welcome aboard. The fiery Protoss player lifts his chin for a final grin before heading into one of the PC Bang's back rooms, probably to gather a broom and dustpan. I grace Stunt's mum with an innocent expression on my way out. She answers my smile with a glare sharp enough to make the hair on my back of my neck stand up. Gosh, why? It's rude. I step outside and suck in a deep breath, relieved. The warm afternoon air is sweet and feels good in my lungs. One down. Just several more to go. I think someone said last time that when I said that they'd bothered to draw the man in the shop, that he's probably going to be a player. I'm kind of believing that, because you don't just draw sprites unless they're necessary. Jesus Christ, this is visual novels. NPC, it's going to be dark black shade silhouettes. Anyway, the stairway to my apartment is empty as usual. Sometimes it feels like I'm the only person living in this building. Isolation was a major concern when I was first thinking about coming overseas. If my Korean wasn't passable, it'd be practically impossible to be anything but lonely. That's something I don't need to worry about anymore, I suppose. Seoul's proven to be vibrant, crowded and busy, everything my life back home wasn't. Something as simple as crossing the street can be exciting for someone who has never been in an urban environment for more than a few hours at a time. It sounds stupid, but it's true. You're right, it does sound stupid, but then I've been living in cities for nearly 22 years. Still, before meeting Excel and Jet, I barely talk to anyone offline. StarCraft's one-on-one nature doesn't exactly lend itself to social introductions. It's fine, we can practice 2v2. He joked, because 2v2 actually isn't considered that serious. It'd be easy to get in touch with the foreigner community out here, but I have little desire to skulk around bars with jaded English teachers and washed up businessmen. Why bother? Hey, there might be some successful people there. I sink into my chair and jam the spacebar a few times to wake up my PC. I practiced another Golden Zone fire after recruiting Stunt, so I don't bother loading up StarCraft. Jet was pleased to hear about my new pickup, told me it was smart to hold off on telling Stunt who she was too. I'm sure she'll announce her plans on her own time. She'll have to once we picked up our last player at any rate. With a few clicks, I'm staring at a common StarCraft fan site. The most interesting stuff that goes on the scene gets posted here, and what people vote as best rises to the top of their page. Brilliant, so it's like a subreddit. I don't visit the Korean community sites. I like them just fine, but I prefer to read English when I get the chance. But no matter when you choose to get your StarCraft news, you'll find no shortage of netizens sure in their own opinions on which player is awful or why the game is imbalanced. But many a times when I used to play Protoss, hey, Protoss is too powerful, and then like the professionals are rubbish with Protoss. Everyone else won. Lamau, good riddance. Dude was washed up anyway. Left a scene without a GG. Typical. I see Idra's been pissing people off. Today seems to be no exception. A foreign pro gamer just called it quits and the comments about him are ridiculously scathing. Sure, he was underperforming recently. Oh, it was Naniwa then. Okay, awesome. But people forget just how much time and passion gets put into even a mediocre professional's career. The worst part is that most of the people talking smack are either low leaguers or don't play the game at all. I take out my phone. We're struggling for money, and the sound of an iPhone clicking went off. Hoping to find something on it to distract me, the mindless masses, from the mindless masses, I presume. No texts, no new emails, same as when I last checked 15 minutes ago. It's been a while since I've chatted with my friends from back home. Most of them know about my esports aspirations, but none of them really get it. It's me against the world. There's two reactions when someone learns that you play video games full time. Either they roll their eyes or they tell you how lucky you are. I mean, come on, if we're being honest, anything can get dull after a while and you're always going to have your downs, but what will I know? I've tried to explain to the latter that playing StarCraft really isn't fun in the traditional sense. Winning can be satisfying, but the game is too stressful to actually be called fun. At least for me. Well, yeah, that's true. It beats a boring minimum wage job, but it sure as hell isn't as easy and pays less for all but the best. Yeah, they don't mention that between games on Star League streams. Pretty much everyone I went to high school with is enrolled in college. When I hear about their great social lives and internships, I can't help but feel jealous. I'll probably end up going eventually. It's not like I can make a living from games when I'm 30. Really? What about that Russian dude who did it? He's sort of beloved because he's Russian and his English is terrible. But well enough for you to just about understand what he's saying. You know, you make a base and then you defense it. That sort of stuff. He's 30 odd. He can do it. 5 or 6 years of StarCraft, then you're left with the dregs of your prize money and sore wrists and hopefully some friends and fun memories. With a look back at the computer screen, I noticed that my inbox has a message awaiting. A click and I'm staring at a piece of hate mail, one of the several I've already received this month. Haven't streamed in a while, I've noticed. Did you finally realise people only watch you? Did you finally realise people only watch you? What? I don't understand what that means if it's supposed to be hateful. Why don't you get good? That's get good. And come back once you actually win something. I don't know why you keep bother blocking me. I'm going to keep making new accounts no matter what. I mean, just ignore it and block it. People like that will go away, and persistent people just get sent to prison. Just saying. It's something I've had to deal with for pretty much my entire life, but things really amped up when my stream hit 500 viewers for the first time. There's not much to say other than I'm used to this sort of thing by now. I quit streaming to focus on improving for my own sake, not for the idiots that send me shit like this. At least that's what I tell myself. It's hard to know for sure. Most of the people who follow StarCraft know less about the game itself than they do about the people playing it. I don't like that I'm expected to constantly bear the scrutiny of strangers. The community is what keeps the scene alive. I know it's wrong to loathe it, but simply knowing that doesn't make it any easier not to. Now, you make a few friends, and you sort of work from there. That's what I've done in visual novels. You don't have to speak to everyone. Jesus. With an impatient click, my PC groans off. I climb under my sheets and settle in for an early night's rest. The search continues tomorrow. It's got to be that old guy. There's no one who's been in a sprite. Oh, it's raining. Oh wow. They've even animated this by putting in rain things by in the reflection thingy. I mean, you can still see the dust that or whatever. Let that guy. I wake to the sound of rain against my window, judging by the light. It's morning. Oh, well done. It dawns on me that I was supposed to play Stunt a few practice games last night. Whoops, probably not a great move to blow off the player I just recruited. Breakfast this morning is cold as usual, or at least as I took a chance on some street food. It was actually pretty good, but I ended up sick for a few days. I've stuck with cereals in the morning since then. I hope everything is working out on Jet's end. Good management and even a single sponsor will take us a long way. All I can do is focus on the task at hand, finding talent. I put away my bowl once I've emptied it and lock my apartment on the way out. Amen. My jacket's hood held up against the rain for most of the way, but my hair ended up soaked in the end. I shake my head dry once I'm inside, much to the annoyance of the guy at the Golden Sunfire's front desk. I can see that being a thing. That is going to annoy him, especially if it's over him. The cafe is largely empty on most weekdays, at least before school's let out. With a bit of searching, I find Excel reclined drowsily in a computer chair that he must have wheeled over to the lounge area. Why did you wheel one of those chairs over? There's sofas there. You could lie down on a sofa. There's no one here. I'll bet he'd rather be sleeping in the Crash Team house, but Excel said that he didn't have time to beat me any later. He yawns and waves me over. I pull up a chair from a nearby PC and sit beside him. Plenty to choose from when the place is this empty. Do they not have umbrellas outside of Korea? No, everyone just sprints from place to place if it rains. Do they? Really? It's the first time I've heard of that. So anyway, Stunt agreed? Yeah, it'll make him the next pickup even easier since I've actually got another player to point to. I wish Jet would hurry up and ditch her team already. Excel raises an eyebrow and shakes his head at me. Yeah, not as easy as that. She can't do that yet. Jet has a contract. It has to be over soon though, right? Why else would she be putting a team together if she wasn't able to play on it? They vary, but most contracts last either 6 months or a year. Best case scenario, she'll be freed at the end of the month. That makes sense. The Victory Star League won't let anyone with a contract play without the team's approval. But maybe there's no rule against registering ahead of time? I thought we just said that couldn't be the... Whatever. I'm sure the Jet has this figured out already. Right, anyway, you said you've got a lead on the next player, right? Yep, guy named Reaver flits in and out of the top 8 of the ladder. He's won at least a dozen online tournaments this year. Wow, what race does he play? Here's the best part. He plays all 3. His Terran is his strongest, but he's been known to switch between races during a long set. He'll even play random. Reaver plays Zerg, Terran and Protoss? Whoa, that sounds too good to be true. It is too good to be true. You can't be a master at everything, but you can be at a master's level with every race. You can't be amazing professional level with all 3 of them. But this is where it gets weird. He's never turned up for a tournament in person, only plays online. Some people speculate that Reaver is just an alias top player. For a top player. So it's the old guy in the supermarket. It has to be. There's no it has to be. I'm not convinced though. He's got a very specific play style. It's almost like playing against a highly advanced AI. Strong mechanically, but only goes for standard macro games. How am I going to get in touch with him? Other teams have to have gone after a player that good. It won't be easy, but I've got a plan. Not another bet match, please. It worked, didn't it? No, not this time. Reaver's on a mean win streak and an online King of the Hill. 12 wins in a row. Granted, most of his games have been against foreigners. It's based in Europe, so it's a weird hour for us. Hey! Fuck you! Foreigners are brilliant. Point is, you're going to enter tonight. So I beat him and then used that to convince him to join the team. Hold on, I didn't say anything about beating him. I mean, if you do, I'm not going to complain. You're going to play an honourable macro game. Reaver hates anything that's not non-standard, cheese, rushes, aggressive timings, all-in, one-base builds, that sort of thing. So you're going to play a slow, economy-based game instead. But if I play a game in exactly the style he's used to, won't I get stomped? Maybe, but it's your only chance to get on his good side. Play him, show off your skill, chat him up, and recruit him. Chat him up? Oh, that's right. You're using my womanly wit. That is disgusting. You make it sound so easy. Hey, find your own players if you don't like it. I'm sure there are tons of strategy forum scrubs willing to try out. He does have a point because I'm staying in tonight. Fair enough. By the way, why are you so busy with this afternoon? Team League practice. Got to drill a Zerg of ours to snipe the Team Kane Terran Ace. The match is half a week away. Until then, practice, practice, practice. That's how we do it. Beneath his easy facade, I can tell that Excel doesn't seem too pleased by the circumstance. Right then, any final tips against Reaver before I go and practice for tonight? Yeah, hope you like mech. Well, it's all I can do not to groan. My favourite. Mech. Oh boy, he's a mech macro player. This is going to be such a fun game where like a good amount of nothing happens. The admin said it shouldn't be more than 5 minutes now. Admin being sort of like the competition organiser and rules administrator, normally. Reaver just got finished extending his record to 13 wins. I'm already warmed up from practicing all day, so there's no point of loading up a map to drill my micro or anything like that. The only thing I've got to focus on before the game is my build and my nerves. Most players, myself included, tend to get a little jittery before a high-stakes match. It's a more serious issue at live events with all the lights and cameras and cheering fans, but it can happen in online setting just as easily. This King of the Hill is broadcast on a commentated live stream. The channel hosting it isn't particularly popular, but the exposure can't hurt. I was going to say, hang on a second, what? Unless I get beat really, really badly. Looks like the game is... As I say, They said it's being commentated, and then they said, yeah, it's not particularly popular, though. That makes more sense. In the pre-game lobby, Reva remains utterly silent even after I offer a friendly good luck, good luck. I didn't say GLGL just for your guys' benefit. Whatever! Let's get going.